Hey, are you thinking about moving to Dallas, Texas? Well, today we're actually in the little D, Denton, Texas. I call Dallas the big D and Denton the little D. And I think you're really gonna like this. If you are somebody that likes to be able to walk to a downtown, I'm gonna show you in this video a couple of recent solds that are within half a mile to the Downtown Square. And so stick with me also to the end because I'm gonna go downtown and I'm gonna take you to a little treasure, and there's just all kinds of goodies in this video, so you're gonna wanna watch all the way through. But this house behind me recently sold, and it is a little 1961 two-bedroom house, and it sold for like $235, and it's half a mile to downtown. Like, you could live here and walk downtown. And you know, that kind of thing is not something, you know, it's harder to get that in Texas. You're still gonna probably want a car if you live in Denton, but you know, there are these kind of like cute little properties on these decent sized lots that are nearby. Some of them need some love. And I know some of you out of state people, like, you know, if you are moving here out of state, want to love on these houses. Or also some of you in-state people, like, you've got some really good ideas of how to sort of rejuvenate some of these older properties. You can kind of see down the street, these are modest-sized homes all up and down the street. You know, it's kind of early evening and there's people out working in their yard, taking care of things. It is a cute, very cute little area here in Denton. And you know, you can just get something for such a great price point still. And also the tax rate in Denton. You know, I tell people, when you're thinking about taxes in Texas, or the Metroplex at least, think about like 2%, and it's gonna be north or south of that. And in this area, it's gonna be a little bit less. And so that's one of the draws of Denton. It's a little bit better price point, a little better tax rate. And so, you know, if you're wanting to be where you can get to Fort Worth in 45 minutes, Dallas and Fort Worth, or Dallas in 45 minutes, this may be the area for you. So I want you to see this adorable street, and looks like it's even had some recent, you know, work done on maybe like repaving. It has mature trees. It has, not all of these properties have a garage. Some of them have carports or things like that, but it's not, this is not an HOA area. So I wanted to see that. I wanted you to see what you could get in the 200s near walkable to downtown in Denton. And then we're gonna go to another property. And I didn't go out a mile. I decided just to do half a mile because I thought that's really pretty easy to just, you know, stroll downtown and have dinner or do whatever. So let's go look at another one. And you know, you might be comparing this, like say you love McKinney, and you know, anymore, like McKinney might be, it's just a higher price point. And if I still love McKinney, I love both, but if you want that lifestyle, then you might consider Denton, you know? So let's go see the next one. Another one. Okay, well, this is actually working out even better than I thought it would, because I parked here. I had to park a street over. Parking's picking up. Like you can see behind me, the Robinson's corn kits. It's very cool. It's kind of a icon. I see it from a lot of different streets driving around down here. But it's this grain silo, sort of how, you know, the economy used to be here in Denton. And Oh gosh, there's a really good little sushi restaurant right down there, Komodo. I really like their sushi. It's very, very good. And we're going by some other cool places. This looks like this is getting like some facelift to it. Gonna be something new open there. We've got Thai restaurant right here that I have to say I have not yet checked that one out. And we have the Yellow Dog right over here. We've got everything. So I'm going to turn around. This shrimp and catfish place is really good. You can see the top of the courthouse right there. And all the way down here is just restaurants. We've got Harvest House right down here. Lots of cool live jazz. We have the Kava Bar, karaoke nights here, open mic nights. Okay, this is Dan's Silverleaf right here. It's got karaoke, live music. This is Kava Bar, also coffee shop. And there's a little wine bar here, Steve's Wine Bar. And this is this is Rooster's Roadhouse. Good hamburgers and different kinds of food in there. I've been in there, but it's just really cute. Like, you'll want to just go check it out just because the atmosphere is fun. And a Fuzzy's Taco. And so all of this, like, I just walked from around the corner, and I'm going to show you one of these townhomes. They're right behind me. One of these just sold for $445, and they're 1,800 square feet, 3-bedroom, built in 2011. On the back side, there's some garages. Like, these have gone way up in value. I had a buyer looking not too long ago. Would have loved to have had one of these. There just wasn't one available. And you know, if you want to really be like, you know, knowing right away when something's available, call me and let me set you up in my search system so that you're getting emails, you're getting notices, and you will know. And when that kind of, you know, when the more unique properties like a townhome in downtown Denton comes up, you will know. And these are a lot newer. They're 3-story. You know, the first floor, you just kind of come in. There's a, you know, it's not your main living space. The one I've been in before had a bedroom on the bottom, and then the second floor was kitchen, living room, guest bathroom, and then down on the bottom there was a bedroom and a bathroom, and then on top was the master. And I was a guest visiting with somebody, so I didn't go to their master bedroom, but I saw the rest of it. And then here you have the Fuzzy's Tacos. And anyway, I mean, this is like, I'm telling you, there's nothing, you couldn't get something close to downtown Dallas for under $500,000. And I don't think you get something this walkable to downtown McKinney either. So, or Fort Worth. So, you know, Denton is, if you just really want to live, you are a creature of a downtown area, this is a fun lifestyle. I mean, you have your parking spot because you've got the garage, and you basically have all of these, you just walk out your door and you have all these great places to go to the restaurant, grab a coffee, whatever. I mean, you could, especially if you work from home, you could keep your car parked quite a bit of the time. But it's a fun place, you know, kind of for that single life or your young adult. And Denton just has that small town feel, but yet it's a big town and it's a college town. And it's pretty cool. And I mean, those are also, you know, if you're a college parent of a UNT student or something, that could be something you might want to buy. But I want to show you. Let's see if it's not too far to walk. So, I mean, there's not, like down here, the parking is free, but I'm actually filming this on Saturday night, and I'd say it's about 7 o'clock. And you know, I had to look a little to find a parking spot. So another landmark around these townhomes is this, you can see I think you can see the Wells Fargo between the trees right there. Wells Fargo building, that's a landmark in downtown Denton. You've got, because this is kind of a artsy musical town, you get all these great murals around. I'm not gonna go all the way downtown, but you can kind of see there's a little green sign down there, campus. It's right there. It's just another block and I'd be in downtown Denton. But I've already kind of walked around the downtown. Keep watching. I'm gonna show you what's down there. I actually recorded that earlier when everything was open yesterday, and I'm recording this last part today. Look, even the bike racks have a musical theme here in Denton. It is just a beautiful night out. I mean, the weather is so pretty. There's the Wells Fargo building. You can see it a little bit better. You know, if you have to drive down here to do something, I'd probably come a little early to get good parking. But here's Rusty Taco, great late night tacos here. And patio live music every week. It says it right there. Live music every week. That's Denton for you. All right, just remember to let me know how I can help you. It really helps to have those first conversations where I can really help you and kind of figure out where you are, what your needs are, what your timeline is, and help you get into a property that really is going to fit your personality, your pocketbook, your job, your drive time tolerance, all those things. So don't delay, call Janae. Keep watching, we're going downtown. Okay, on this side of the building, you can see up there, it says 1890. Yeah, right up here, it says 1896. And that is when the courthouse was built. And it's right here on the side of the building. But you know, you can come out here like people do. They get their blankets and they come out here and sit and let the kids run around, have a picnic, read a book. It's really a pretty day right now. But this is very much loved. And when you're kind of driving towards downtown from, I'm trying to remember which direction, you kind of see, it kind of looks like the courthouse is up on a hill or something. You kind of see it, it's pretty cool. But you know, this is a fun place just to come down for an afternoon. There's also Chestnut Square Tea House and Bistro. For Mother's Day, my daughter and I, we went to the Three Roses Tea Room. It is just off of downtown, and it is just a great tea. They do all these teas, like a different theme every month, and it's based on like a story, like Pride and Prejudice or My Secret Garden, Alice in Wonderland. And I also recommend, you know, trying out their tea. It's a really nice, special, you know, mother-daughter kind of thing to do. So anyway, there's just like, Denton just has all these little tucked away treasures that you might not expect. And of course, if you come with your kids, and this is what I used to bribe my kids. There's the atomic candy. Of course, there's the gelato place too, across. So across the square, you've got the atomic candy and the gelato. So there was something for the kiddos when they are on such awesome behavior, when you're out and about for a treat. I don't know, it worked for me. And recycled books and records. I've actually taken a lot of books there and resold them. That is in the old opera house, and they just really have a lot of unusual books that you can find there. And you can't miss it. It's the pink building on the corner. So you absolutely cannot miss it. Let me show you right behind me. There's recycled books and records. And if you go down that street right there, you go towards the, there's a little area down there with food trucks. And in the evenings, and actually sometimes there's some that are open at lunch, and they're open like evenings and weekends, and a little outdoor area to sit. Says there's a sign over there that says East Side down there. You can already see one of the food trucks. And I tell you what, there's some really good food down there. They've got some interesting combinations put together with those food trucks. Here's another pretty view of the courthouse. It's just a beautiful day, and we're really proud of our courthouses in Texas. And if you're a theater kind of person, you're into all of that, look at Rose costumes here. You can, I mean, really rent or buy an amazing costume in here. They just have a little bit, they have a little bit of everything, a lot of vintage stuff. Look, there's a tiger in here even. Wow. Look at that for a pharaoh costume. That's impressive. You know what? I think if you knew what character you want, I'd ask for help. Let me just say that, because I think it would take a while to find it. Okay, so we are just off of the main square down that way, and this is the Three Roses Tea Room. So that's what I was recommending that you try out. And I haven't been to 1940s kitchen and cocktail. That sounds a lot of fun. And then there's some other cute shops down here. There's a plot twist romance book, salvage resale shop. So lots of fun things to explore in Denton. Okay, and this little restaurant here on the corner, this is the Texas building. I don't know if you can't quite see the name there. There it is, Texas building. Texas building on the corner. This is Mexican Oak now. I haven't eaten here since it was the other restaurant. This is the Old Lacey Hotel. So it's a historical building. It's got a marker, but they've got $6 queso, and looks like half price drinks, happy hour. Yeah, so a bowl of cheese is always, that's always a good thing, right? Eat a bowl of cheese. So, I don't know, I don't usually order queso, but I'll eat it if someone else does. And maybe I'll just pop my head in the bookstore here real quick, because it's just sort of fun and funky. And it's a nice day outside. Look at this mural behind me as I come out of the bookstore. Look at that, it's pretty cool. Really nice. Here, this is what I wanted to show you. It is all of we got all these records. Tons of records back here. So, and art books and kids books, and this is just the first level. It goes downstairs also. And you get a t-shirt on your way out. Okay, normally I can get lost in those places, you know, and got some bargains out here. Some $2 evenings out here. So I'm just gonna walk down here to it's so close. Maybe you can see it from up high. But oh, and there's another, speaking of queso, we have a little restaurant down here called Queso Emergency. In Queso Emergency, that's pretty cute. Okay, so here's East Side. There's a little corner of it where it starts with all the food trucks. We're on the back side of the old post office. I got to tour that because an investor bought it and was trying to figure out what to do. Okay, so we have this there's a hibachi one, a little taco one, the saucy hibachi, that one's good. I haven't been to all of these, but I've been to some of them. And then they have this cool area. There's a little inside area. There's an inside restaurant there. And then all this covered area to sit down. There's a lot of, you see all the covered patio area. You can sit down with your food truck food and eat. And they have a stage, so sometimes some live music. Although it looks like just tables on the stage right now. Austin Street Truck Stop. So it's on Austin Street Truck Stop. The tomato pizza. Looks like an angry little tomato. It's a very angry little tomato, but I'm sure it's good. Like everything has been good. This one's really good. This Mexican with Korean fusion. Very cool. We've got, this one is called Munchies. I haven't eaten at Munchies. The pickled carrot, I've eaten at this one. This one's good. But you can see behind me all these areas to sit. You put the curtain up, sit in the shade. You can go into the restaurant area that's air conditioned, and you can sit down and cool off in there if you like. But this is popular, especially in the evenings. So I'd say come early, grab yourself a parking spot, and everyone could pick their own food at the Austin Street Truck Stop. You know, it's a great little hangout. I love how they have the trash cans lining the front, but otherwise it's really cute. I guess you have to have something for the trash cans. Wanted you to see that. That one looks good. I don't think I've eaten at that one. I don't remember. I know the hibachi one, yes. Behind me over here, right over here, and this is at Oak. We're at the corner of Oak and Locust. Here at the corner where this young man is standing is a secret door to the speakeasy. Okay, so little Texas treasure I want to show you in Denton, and just stopped here at the Greenhouse restaurant. And this was owned by the Selbys this is a greenhouse. It was a florist shop for, like a lot of the 1900s. They were the second owners of the Bayless Selby house. And anyway, I am here. I got the VIP seat. I asked for the free seat, but I got the VIP seat, and I'm having the John B. Denton burger with a lettuce wrap instead of on the bun, which is kind of your basic burger, but it's on a wood-fired grill. And they also have a Brave Combo burger. And guys, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Brave Combo. Denton is a big music town, and Brave Combo every year at the Denton Jazz and Arts Festival, they close out the event with their music. I remember I listened to them in high school. They were a little bit like modern polka. I don't know, it's different, but they're really cool. So anyway, this is the Greenhouse. You're gonna want to come check it out. It was opened as a restaurant. It was opened by the owner, Ken Karen, in 1988. Still the same owner, also owns the Juicy Pig, does all the landscaping. And there are a lot of rehearsal dinner here on the weekend. They do a lot of events, and so it's a really special place. They also have over on the wall over there, you can see it, they have a little wall of old vintage radios you can check out. A little bit of history there. And anyway, so I'm gonna have my John B. Denton burger with potato fries, and maybe next time I'll try the Brave Combo burger. This is one of Denton's treasures, is to come here and eat at the Greenhouse. You don't want to miss out on eating here if you come to this area. So, what do you think of the square here on Denton? I mean, we'll always see people out on the lawn, just enjoying the day when it's nice weather, and it really is a place the community is proud of and comes together for different events. And also, another place I really like, I'm gonna flip around here, is LSA Burger. And it's cool because you can go up on the top and you can have yourself a hamburger and look at downtown, especially, you know, in the evening. So all the lights come on. Here's LSA Burger. You can go up there to the top and have, also they have nice salads and hamburgers. I think really enjoyed the salads up there before. And kind of like downtown McKinney, it has another beautiful bank building. Look at this old bank building. It is gorgeous. And Denton's namesake is from John B. Denton, and he was killed on an Indian raid. He was defending frontier settlers that had been raided, and when he was killed, and they ended up actually moving his body to this location. So Denton's namesake is right here. We have a grave right on the courthouse lawn. So that he got moved here because he was much loved and considered a treasure. And so this was, you know, to honor him, to give him a home right here in the heart of the city. Okay, so I promised you a little treasure here with Denton and the downtown area, and I'm about to go in. The courthouse has reopened its museum inside. We're gonna go check that out. And I hope you can hear me because I forgot my microphone. And there are some loud trucks coming by. But, you know, Denton downtown is so cool. I mean, look, you've got the old fine arts building, you've got boutiques, and actually this one right here is my favorite vintage boutique. It has clothes that are like in great condition from the 60s, the 40s, the 70s. It's so fun to go shop in there for great hats, pins, clothes. This is something that is so Denton to me. But over here on this corner, there is a tattoo artist right next to a tattoo removal place. So you can do that. And when you're walking around, you can stop and get you some gelato right here. And there's another tattoo parlor. Over on that corner is the recycled books, which is awesome. I love that place. There is the coffee shop. Where is West Oak? Oh, right here. Sorry, there's West Oak. There's West Oak Coffee Shop. I like to meet people there. If we're ever meeting in Denton, I might suggest it, you know, so, but hey, let's go inside the courthouse. And, you know, at holiday time, they have this lit up. Halloween, they'll have it purple. There's just all kinds of things that happen out here on the lawn that the community comes out for. I don't like crowds, so I mean, I don't know how you are. I actually, everybody's different, but sometimes when there's something big going on and there'll be a crowd, that's when I don't go there. But I know most people like to go to the things that are crowded, so I'm probably different. So here, let's go inside the museum, check it out, and learn a little Denton history. Okay, I don't want to show you all the Courthouse Museum. Of course, the new courthouse is in a new location. No, there's no trials in this courthouse anymore. It's just the museum. But there's a lot of interactive stuff in here. They have a little diner with the little kid diner to do things. They've got a display showing how the branding irons work, what a farm wagon would have looked like. This might have been like the wagons the early farmers and sharecroppers would have used here. That's how people traveled, was by a wagon. It was not easy to travel. And this is, you know, it's interactive for the kids. Like, what would you bring in your wagon? So I think this is a really fun place to teach kids about the past, talk about quilt blocks and how quilts were put together. And then like how, like these are the combs they had to use that pull the cotton. I've never done it. I don't know how to do that, but lots of cool stuff in here in this museum. I recommend checking it out. Plus just the building is really beautiful. Look at all the detail, the tiles through here, the woodwork on all the walls. They've done a lot of cool things to make this museum reflect the history. Like some of the, you know, veterans and heroes from here, what kind of arms they would have had back then. This is a 1936 permanent wave machine to get a perm. I thought it was some sort of torture device, but you know, apparently not. And we've got some images of what the town square down here look like from all the different directions. It's really a neat little museum. So, you know, just remember, like, I think it's interesting to see the past of a community and where, you know, where it's been, and it gives you an idea of where it's going. And if you're interested in a historical kind of home here in Denton, just remember, don't say, call Janae. Some people want a new house, some people want something older, but you know, you may want to explore all your options. Okay, so I think I'm also gonna go up the elevator over here to the second and third floor. We're gonna go see what is going on there. Did I mention that the courthouse was built in 1896? Remember, the railroad came in 1890. So that was pretty soon after that this was built. Yeah, just wanna, let's check out I'm going in here into the courtroom balcony. Oh, I guess I'm not. I guess that's locked. Never mind. So some of it we can't quite see. But this is where you used to would come, the courtroom balcony right here. And you could look over the court in session. I'm not gonna get to go up these stairs, but I sure would like to. I don't know, maybe you can figure out how to do that, let me know. And they've got a little bit of an art show going on up here. The courthouse was built in 1896 and it was restored in 2004. And it's got limestone from Denton, pink granite from Austin, sandstone from the Pecos region, and also some sandstone from Mineral Wells, which is west of Fort Worth. So, and you know, Austin is south of here. You've probably heard of that. But we can't go in anything. So we used to have, you know, the representative's office here. So here's the inside. It's really quite pretty. Lots of hand-carved wood, which was indicative of the time of that era. These are some vintage toys. Here we go. Here is the courtroom. This is an old Texas courtroom. We've got pictures of the judges all around the walls, all the way back. I can't think of when I've seen anybody with this style of beard. Let's see. Judge William Wark, 1852 to 1856. Look at that beard. That's what the early people of this area look like, and I feel quite certain they were very, very tough. And then you've got the old chairs. Can you see these old wooden chairs in here? I'm going back to this real quick because I think this is interesting. Look at these guys. Look. He was from 1865 to 1866. So we have the beards. Oh, this one, 1876, 1878, no beard. And then we go back to beards and mustaches until 1907, 1910. I don't know. I'm doing a quick tour of judicial hairstyles for some reason. That's not what I was intending to do. But anyway, there's a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting artifacts in here. I'm just giving you the highlights, so maybe you will be interested in checking it out. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed a little tour of the Downtown Denton Square and my little treasure of this is the treasure right here. And just remember, you know, if you're relocating to this area and you're thinking about Denton, then give us a call. You can All of our information is in the description and also pinned at the top of the chat. You can find my phone number, and you can also just book a Zoom. That is our favorite, if you will just book a Zoom. And I know that we are meeting at that time. And yeah, we help people just like you and many others relocate to this area, and happy to help. We hope you'll consider us to help you find your piece of real estate and make a successful Texas transition.